Because if that's what you're going to do and not get to, no, you want to overtalk me? I don't think that's going to happen. Not in my courtroom.
I can't see who's talking, sir. I thought it was a lawyer.
Yeah.
He's an occupant.
Oh, he's an occupant.
He's the one with the money. I'm the one with the credit.
Ow. Okay. All right. Because he didn't help you a bit. I'm just saying. No.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Have a good one. BSJ Real Estate versus Danielle Zinner.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Corey McCord on behalf of plaintiffs.
She's in jail. Oh, there she is. All right. Simran, how are you?
Good morning, Your Honor. I could be better. I was on coming in, but somebody had been hacking my Wi-Fi all morning, and I was on the phone with Xfinity. Apparently, there's been an iPhone and a few other phones hacking into my stuff. And I'm from the 80s. I don't even understand how this works. And apparently, everybody can just hack your stuff.
Okay. All right. Where are we on this case?
Your Honor, this is a straightforward termination of tenant's case. My plaintiffs are the owners of the property at 939 Madison Street. They bought that property from the owner in February of this year. They did send a 30-day notice on February 17th. There is no lease of any kind from the prior owner or the current owners. Plaintiffs, we're just looking for possession.
Ms. Simran, what do you have to say to that?
Okay. Oh my gosh, Your Honor. I wish I had less to say. Let me begin with I'm 38 and I've never been evicted from anywhere. But I did not acquire residency in this property from said woman in paperwork. Her name was Teresa Doris. So I thought that was a little odd. I do recall Alinda Sen being in a nursing home. So that's why I was like, the whole reason I was in here was to fix up the property, which I've been doing. I don't want to live here. Trust me. Like, I don't. The neighbors are horrible. Like, everything's a bad time. And the police, they won't do anything for anybody, really. And maybe just not for me. I don't know. I've only lived in Michigan for almost 3 years.
Okay.
I've been here since December 23. Your Honor, I have 6 animals, 4 of which I acquired while I was here of stray cats. So I have 4 stray cats from Ypsilanti, and I came with my dog and my snake. So I have 6 pets, Your Honor, and as Teresa Doris knew, I was fighting for my children in Illinois. I'm in a custody battle over there, which is actually not even a custody battle. It's a Darville conspiracy / a bunch of things. And I'm in courts. I'm not even a criminal, never have been, in Michigan, Illinois, and Tennessee currently.
Okay. So the issue for me in this case is that the owner of the premises has sent a notice seeking to have the property returned to them. Okay.
Correct. So
And-
I was gonna get up to get like an official copy of the deed, because just because I've been lied to so many times, I feel like it wasn't even sold. Like, nobody came to look at it. Why would you just buy a house you never looked at?
You don't have paperwork with you.
Judge, I do have the quick deed. To give you a little background. The plaintiffs bought the property at foreclosure sale. They were in communication with the owner, who then gave them a quick claim deed. So they bought the property on both ends of the deal. So they don't have to wait for the redemption period. I do have a copy of the quick claim deed, though.
That's
Did you
probably
hear
just,
that?
I did hear that, Your Honor. I just feel bad for the elderly woman, I guess, Linda Sen, who was the owner. Because, yeah, I'm not going to get into it, but I reported to adult services. And like everybody in Michigan, it just seems like nobody cares.
Well, thank you for
Attempting to do everything.
disparaging the state that I was born in and very proud to be a resident
Oh, no,
of.
not like that. Nothing like that.
No, we just take
Nothing
it.
like
We just
that.
take it. There are a lot of us that care, but about a lot of things.
Okay, I'm not saying, I wasn't saying it like that. I meant to say, unfortunately, as my time has shown here, the people I've met were not trustworthy. And unfortunately, that's been the case for me, especially with Ypsilanti police.
Okay, well, you just got to pick
I'm
better people.
responsible for the entire state. So
I don't know what you want me to do with that. You're a wonderful,
sir,
beautiful
just an honest woman,
lady
that's all.
who are, ma'am, I
Yeah.
need to know if there's a defense to this action. Otherwise, I'm going to issue a
Yes,
judge.
sir. Yes, Your Honor. So
What
I
is your defense?
well, does it matter because it's not written down? It's just in text messages and voice recordings. Teresa Doris had promised me said property, who she claimed to have owned the property, okay, when I first moved in December 23. And because she knew I
You
was looking for
understand that the property
to bring
got
my boy.
foreclosed on.
Yes, I did, but I just don't understand how somebody could like hoodwink so there's just this maniac then on the loose, I guess, in Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor area named Teresa Doris, who's just
So
rented
there are
people.
maniacs in Ann Arbor and Ypsilanti?
Oh yes,
This
there's
is,
crackheads on my street and there's crack
I
dealers.
know, right? Yeah, okay. Because it's the only place that exists. Go ahead, ma'am.
I never said that.
Okay, I'm just trying to get to your defense, please.
Okay, so I was said to inherit house because I'm a medical assistant from Illinois, and I was said to inherit house by giving medical advice to Linda Sen, who was later introduced to me by name. And I was to like be a caregiver for her, but then she kept ending up back in a nursing home, back in a nursing home, back in a nursing home. So, and Teresa Doris would never, if it's with all due respect to any gay people or transgender, because I do not hate against anybody. I don't
Oh,
know if it's a
so
man or a
what?
woman's view. And
Wow.
yes,
Hold it. Hold
sir,
it.
I did
Stop
say that.
talking. Stop talking.
Okay.
I do not know what any of that has with any defense you have regarding this property.
Well, I'm just saying how I
But you
got
know
there.
what? You can't just come in
Why are you-
disparaging and
why are you
talking
trying to-
about people or groups of people. Because if that's what you're going to do and not get to, no, you want to overtalk me? I don't think that's going to happen. Not in my courtroom.
I can't see who's talking, sir. I thought it was a lawyer.
You can't see who's talking? It's
No,
me,
you're
the
tiny
one in
and-
charge.
Okay, I will not talk over you.
The born and bred Michigander that is proud of everyone that lives in this darn state. That's who you're talking to.
I never said I wasn't proud. I was proud to be here too. That's where I came to.
What's your defense?
My defense is that everybody's been lying to me.
Okay,
I
but
didn't
that's
know
not a
it was for
defense
sale.
to the property.
I didn't
If
know
you
it
wish to
was for
take a
sale.
civil action against somebody, the owners of the premises haven't lied to you.
Well, that's correct. That's true. I did reach out to the lawyer to try to inform him before this happened in front of you, sir. But he did not return my phone call, which that's fine. But you know, I have lupus myself. I have 5% Senegalian heritage, and I was really happy to, you know, live here like for the time I had. But I never had a judge yell at me before. This is kind of weird. But yes,
I'm not yelling at you. You have never heard me yell, because if I'm yelling at you, you're going to know. And it's going to be a very short conversation. So I'm letting this go much longer than I would if anybody I'm yelling at.
Thank
Ask
you.
that guy. No.
It was a long story, and it's not a good one either.
I don't see an issue here that I could even set a trial on or anything else like that.
I concur, Your Honor.
I mean,
So I'm going to find no tribal issue after hearing in this matter. I'm going to grant a judgment.
The judge just said something that is worth highlighting clearly for everyone watching. Everybody's been lying to me is not a defense to the property, and he is completely correct, both legally and practically. The owners of this property are BSJ Real Estate. They bought it through a legitimate foreclosure sale. They obtained a quick claim deed. They sent a proper 30-day notice. At no point in this hearing has the defendant presented any evidence that BSJ Real Estate did anything wrong or made any false representations to her. Her grievances, however real, are with Teresa Doris, who allegedly made promises she had no authority to keep about a property she did not own. That is a potential civil fraud claim against Teresa Doris. It is not a defense against the rightful owners seeking possession of their own property. The judge has now made a finding. No triable issue of fact exists. Judgment for possession is granted. Here is my question for the comments. Do you think the defendant genuinely believed she was going to inherit that house? And if Teresa Doris really did make those promises, should she face consequences?
Possession, there is no redemption amount.
I'm on
Writ to
SS.
issue, writ to issue in days.
Thanks.
I just got it last month and I was promised a car. So how do you expect me to go anywhere? I'm just going to sit on the lawn with my 6 animals when I'm a single
Ma'am,
mom.
I don't deal with all of the other promises that people may have made to you. I'm dealing strictly with the real estate issue here in front of me.
That's fine.
And
Okay.
I am now done.
Too. It seems like all the black folks are racist.
I am now done.
Okay, I'm sorry that we had this
Thank
interaction.
you. Thank you. There's a mute button somewhere, isn't there? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm almost not gonna like you now.
I know.
You brought this in. Do you have another case?
I do, BSJ. Yes. Again, plus,
Oh, we'll do it.
So let's bring this hearing to a close, because underneath all of the chaos, there are real and important legal principles at work here that are worth understanding clearly. BSJ Real Estate filed a straightforward termination of tenancy and possession action. They purchased the property at a foreclosure sale, obtained a quick claim deed from the prior owner Linda's son, and sent a proper 30-day notice on February 17th. The defendant had been living at the property since December 2023, with no written lease, no formal rental agreement, and no legally documented arrangement of any kind. Her defense, that a woman named Teresa Doris verbally promised her the house in exchange for caregiving services, fails on 2 critical legal grounds. First, under the statute of frauds, oral agreements regarding real property are generally not enforceable without a written contract. Second, and more fundamentally, Teresa Doris had no legal authority to make any such promise. She was not the owner of record, and the property had already been foreclosed upon. The judge found no triable issue of fact, granted judgment for possession to the plaintiffs, and noted there was no redemption amount at issue. The entire proceeding is a textbook example of why written agreements matter, why verbal promises about real estate are legally dangerous to rely on, and why understanding who actually owns a property before moving in is essential. The defendant may have been genuinely deceived by Teresa Doris. If so, that is a real harm and potentially a civil fraud claim worth pursuing. But it is a claim against the person who made the false promises, not against the legitimate owners of the property. If this case had you equal parts entertained and informed, make sure to hit that like button, drop your reaction in the comments below, share this with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe to the channel for more courtroom breakdowns that cut through the chaos and get straight to what the law actually says. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.